Hi, I'm Sean,
I'm Karin.
and we are both paralegals at the law offices of Jacob Aronauer, and we're here today to talk a little bit about what impact the president can have on the judiciary. Do you want to start us off? How can the president impact the judiciary?
Yeah, well, one of the main ways is that the president gets to appoint the federal judges. So those are the people who are serving on the district courts, but also the appeals courts and most recently the Supreme Court, which has been in the forefront of a lot of people's minds lately. Um, yeah, so Donald Trump has appointed 194 active judges. Yeah.
Which is a lot, and I think he appointed 220 total federal judges, and that's including 3 Supreme Court justices.
Yeah. And so, just for comparison, the current number of active judges that Barack Obama appointed is 312. So Obama was there for 8 years, so it makes sense that there are more active judges appointed by Obama than Trump. Um, but Trump still appointed really a lot.
So apart from the numbers, we thought we'd look a little bit at some cases that the Supreme Court is hearing this upcoming term, which is just started. The first case that we're going to talk about has to do with whether or not employers can prosecute employees or former employees for accessing records and other information they're not authorized to access. And I know that that can sound pretty esoteric, but actually right now, as so many of us are working from home and we need access to so many things, I can see this being very relevant.
So the other case that we're interested in here is the Affordable Care Act individual mandate.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's an issue that is called severability. If you hear that word, it basically means if part of the law is struck down, can the rest of the law exist without it? And finally, there's one more case that is employment related that the court will hear this season, this term, and it has to do with arbitration agreements. The court is revisiting a case that they heard in 2019 where they held that arbitrators decide whether an arbitration agreement applies to a dispute. So depending on what they decide with this, employers will hopefully have an easier time drafting clear arbitration agreements for use with their employees, and lawyers and people hoping to bring suits against employers will have an easier time understanding how that applies to them if our client has signed an arbitration agreement. Because of course we do bring cases that go to arbitration as well as cases that are heard in the federal and state court system.